the head of state. I know that's right.
Oh gosh. From the head of state movie or the head of state? Here I go getting started already. Good evening, Sip and Chat. Good evening. What you got going over there, Miss Payne? You giving us a music audio entry?
Yeah.
I see the soldiers going. What's the entry? Give us the entry. What's the intro? Again, we gotta do our disclaimer that this conversation is PG-13 advanced this evening. If you do not want your children to hear, they may hear it already, but relationship flow ain't gonna be accountable to the shenanigans. So good evening. As you come into the room, we appreciate you on a Friday night rocking it out with us. Gonna do our check-in before we roll out. So Doc, how you living?
I am good, y'all. I had a little accident last weekend on the ice. So I'm just glad that it's not on the internet anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of those videos and people are laughing, but I was hurt for a minute.
Right.
Oh, you fell.
I fell down the steps.
Oh, I know you did that too.
Coming out the house. Yeah.
Oh no.
You
got steps coming out your house?
Huh? Coming out the back.
Oh, the back.
Yeah, okay. From Erica's.
Okay. Yes.
During the ice storm.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I have been recuperating, and I'm actually feeling a whole lot better today. About that. It's good when you're up, as Wendy Williams might say, of a certain age, but you can bounce back.
Definitely.
Thank God for that extra cushion.
I know that's right. I got some bruises on the cushion, but it's all right.
It's all right. Yeah, it'll heal. Yes. No, it's like in the way. Excuse me. It's like in the way and coming into our neighborhoods. Like, okay, I looked out the window today, like 2:00. I was like, "You snowing again? Like, ain't it enough snow?" Mm-hmm. But it is winter.
Yes, it is, and I'm not minding it so much. I mean, I'm not usually a snow person, and I was hoping that the snow would kind of make things slow down in the city. Make people quiet down, stay in the house. But that hasn't happened. So
this city is hard-headed.
This city, y'all city, is rough.
Yeah, it is.
You was out here driving in these streets last weekend.
I know. I was, but I got in before all the craziness started.
You know what time we're gonna start?
I thought the start time was as soon as you breathe it on schedule and get up.
Yeah. Yes.
What you sipping on, Doc?
I'm H2 Rose. I'm drinking tonight. No alcohol tonight.
Yeah, I'm on the H2O too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean,
depending on how long we stay online,
Yeah, I might have to black out the screen real quick and go tip and mix some things up.
Yeah, things could change.
Miss Payne, how you living this week?
I am awesome. It's been a busy week, but I'm here. I'm good.
Okay.
And I am drinking a little martini in a green cup.
Ooh.
With your Tito's? Is Tito in the building?
No, actually, it's vodka. It's vodka in the martini. Yeah, in the martini.
Okay,
that's what's up.
All right, what's going on, Daryl? You done working out this week?
Yeah, I'm working out. Cats is bothering me.
They showing love.
Listen, keep attacking me under the chair.
Is it cold in your house? Like, is the winter in your house?
Nah, they just want to be petted.
I'm talking about the strong hats you got going on your head.
Oh, that's how I do. That's just how I work out. You know what I mean? Sometimes I work out like this. Hood workouts.
Hood workout. Okay.
Hood,
Okay.
hood
My
indoor
bad.
workouts with the full scully on.
I ain't know South Jersey had it in it, but you know,
Yeah, we get it in out here. We get it
y'all
in.
getting it in. All right. Any
Most of
community events
South
we're
Jersey
going to
is
tackle
free.
that's related to relationships or life?
Mm,
Nothing
I
I can
can't
think of.
believe
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah. I know Camp usually be the one to be like, well, the stimulus checks is coming. And I don't know nothing about that. So, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. It's been particularly crazy in the city with the gun violence, as we
It
all
definitely.
and we all see. And
Right.
was that yesterday or the day before yesterday when 8 people got shot up on Alney Avenue?
That
Yeah.
was on Wednesday, and
Was
3
that
of
at
those
the
people were senior citizens
was that
Hmm.
at the transit place?
Yeah,
at Broad and Olney. That's an
Did
in
extremely
broad
busy
daylight.
intersection.
any was there any reason, or was it what happened? Was one person I heard about, but I didn't hear like what kind of led up to it.
They haven't said like what happened. I know they said that they had one person in custody and they had 2 guns, but that was the last I heard about it.
Yeah, the news don't have what the street has. The street says it was some people um who was targeted, and that they got their target, but unfortunately they get some other people as well, and that the 3 seniors are in critical condition. Um, and so yeah, it's kind of deep, but
Okay.
they
That's so ridiculous. I mean, these people need to learn how to shoot. I mean, if you're going to be out there, like, if you're going to be out there acting a fool,
Well,
right.
I think it's lesson learn how to shoot. I mean, I think there used to be some type of rules, right? You know,
of
so no
course,
women, no children, no old people. So
of course.
usually you would kind of lay off of that spot, you know, because like, all right, you know what, it's not worth it. Other people can get,
Right.
you know, killed. But these days it seems like life don't matter. They don't care. You know, there are no rules. It's just, you know, you do what you do, how you do it, and whoever gets hurt is in a way just a casualty of war.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Um, yeah, it's so much I could say about that, but it'll sound like me being a therapist, and I don't want to sound like that.
Sound like a therapist. Talk.
I'm, I mean, like, we could look at what's happening now, but it's really like as people continue to talk about stimulus checks and people continue to be unemployed, it's going to continue to elevate to be at risk and unsafe as you're out and about traveling, in different spaces, because people are in survival mode and they haven't learned how to really cope and deal with no, or deal with disappointment or hurt. You did a video about grief for men, which was phenomenal. Like, people don't know how to like pull that together, and because they don't, they're like dysregulated, just out here in the streets. Just, I don't know how to deal with my emotions. Bang bang.
Mm-hmm.
But is that much different than it's been? I mean, I know with the
This is
pandemic.
all choreographed.
Well, I mean, but I think the you know, some people were always disenfranchised, right? Some people always didn't have ways of doing things, right? So I don't know exactly. Is it that? I think it's more of a breakdown of um, almost I'm gonna use lack of a better word of norms. Like we don't have anything that's normal anymore. Like you can do anything, you can be anything. You can't say you're a man or a woman anymore. You can't say like they're taking so many liberties. I think you know even in disciplining children is a lot different. You can't really do anything. And I think like it's everything's getting so lax. It's coming like a Sodom and Gomorrah. Anything goes. Because I think we've always been disenfranchised and you know, without jobs and those type of things. But I see things now. Like I said, I don't see the structure even in the streets. The structure that used to be in place, it's
We
just
don't have
not
OGs
there.
on the street.
Yeah,
We
no,
used
well,
to
yeah,
have
because the young,
OGs
yeah,
on the street that
exactly.
would
The
protect
young,
certain people. We don't have
yeah,
OGs. They all behind bars.
yeah. Well, the young boys don't respect, you
I was
know,
going to say they don't even
the
they don't
OGs
respect
no
the
more.
ones that
Yeah,
are out there.
they're built a lot differently now. You know, when you came up, you kind of respected the OG, but now
Mhm.
everybody going at everybody, and they don't have that respect or even want to learn from that OG. So we have a lot of misguided people out there doing it their way, which leads to them just chaos and havoc. And a lot of kids talk to sometimes are just hopeless. Like there ain't no tomorrow. Like we living for today.
Right.
Their whole mindset is just really, really different.
And like you said, there's no rules. There's no rules to this.
Yeah.
There's no rules at all. And I mean, the disenfranchisement definitely plays a part, especially when they're robbing folks and killing them, while they're robbing them. But some of these young folks is out here just like the OK Corral.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean,
they're trying to prove themselves to be connected in certain things, like the whole gang culture, the whole they're seeking that family and validation through the streets. Like it's like so many layers to it.
Well, it's like what I think. I mean, what I'm saying, like, what do they got to live for, right? You out here,
right.
what's there to look forward to? It ain't really much. We're not moving forward. We don't have any plan. Our education is terrible. What we got? Let's get out here. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. And not afraid to go to jail. Not afraid to die.
I mean, sometimes death is the savior.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, because then I don't have to worry about how I'm putting food on the table or I'm going to take care of the family and so forth like that. So if I'm a burden in that way, then let me eliminate myself from being that burden.
It's almost like I said, taking yourself out. Like what I got to live for. It's the easy way out. I go out. At least I go out and people might remember my name. So it's really scary, and that's what's scary about even going back to the hood, because young boys, they don't care who you are, they don't care who you know. You know what I mean? It's
and
not
they
like
know
that
you're
anymore.
not from there.
Even if you're from there, like you ain't there now.
Right.
Like I don't care what you did, I don't care what work you put in. You're not there now. You feel
Hi,
me?
Queen.
What?
Hey.
What?
Hey. They're like, who those people? Hi.
Like these the same 4 boxes I see every Friday night.
No, they said, hey, somebody's missing. There's a couple people missing.
Exactly. And where they at? They probably in the comments, like, sidelining.
But yeah, I think Daryl is right. They don't care. I don't know how many times I've seen young people disrespecting their elders when that's something we would have never done.
Yes.
No matter what we going through, how we feel, we would stop in the presence of an elder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Out of that respect.
If they saw you with your mom, they'd be like, all right, you good.
That's
you
right.
Got that one. You got that one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're not going, but now they killing you, your mom, grandmom, whoever else is there. They don't, it's just not it's just, they're raised without these rules. And like even a lot of, I watch a lot of shows with these gangs, and they talk about how now, it's not the same. The gangs don't have even have a purpose, right? The purpose used to be maybe drugs or whatever, but now there's just people getting together to do a bunch of nothing. People are not moving weight like they used to be. They're just out there ganging up to do nonsense. And that's what's crazy.
There's no codes nowhere.
Gratification comes in different ways, whether it's harmful or safe. So,
and you see with these crazy shootings, and like I said, when I heard the shooting, I'm like, couldn't be one of us,
Right.
And brought it all day.
That's why I was like, dang, one of them somebody else got down and infiltrated. They got down there and got us, and then I'm like, it can't be, because it doesn't sound like, if we go kind of with the norms of things that happen, it doesn't sound like something that normally we associate to us. But
right,
it definitely is OK Corral out there, like you said.
Absolutely. So I don't know if Camp wants to get in on the community events. I see she's on mute or whatever, but welcome to the conversation. So if you're there, I see some people looking and listening. What y'all sipping? Where you joining us from? As we get ready to jump into our spicy.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Spicy.
Go ahead, say it again.
April.
What?
Say it again. What we jumping into?
Nope.
Say it again.
You missed it? You slow.
We get a couple more sips here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It is the sips in the chat. So if you are dating and you getting back out there, which way you getting back out there with? Are you getting back out there as freak nasty, or are you practicing celibacy as you grow through your getting back out there? So I don't know who wants to take a stab at this conversation first, but the mic is yours.
I guess the first thing I want to say is that we're talking about the extremes of this,
right?
Of the possibilities. And I think when we first started talking about this, we were talking about, coming out of a long-term relationship. So how do you conduct yourself after you come out of a long-term relationship? Are you going to be celibate and kind of be alone and try to grow or do some things to improve yourself, or are you going to just be out wilding? Like I've been in a relationship for 4 years. I had sex with one person for 4 years. Now I need to be trying out some things,
something different, something new.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Out, Daryl?
I mean, I'm trying to get close and listen. I want to hear everything. I want to make sure I'm here.
I was like, wait a minute,
So
what's happening?
I think that depending on how long you were in this relationship, say if it was like, a 8-9 year relationship, you might want to get back out there. You might want to be freak nasty, but the game didn't change. Maybe like you're not ready for the game, right? So you may think you out there, but you out there with your 8-year-old game that you had from 8 years ago. that might not be hot in the streets right now, right?
Yeah, you gotta go get a new playbook and figure things out.
Listen, you got a while to get back in that game. Like Miss Lady. No, that ain't working. That didn't work. Okay. What's up, shorty? Yeah.
What's your zodiac sign?
You like take long walks on the beach, like I mean, that might not be cool right now. So,
especially when you're looking outside in the snow, it's like, what beach we going to?
Yeah. So I think that you may want to get right back out. You may want to think these things, but I think when you actually get out there, and see, first of all, like, especially today, where are we meeting people at, right? Because I don't know. I ask people all the time, where are you meeting people at? Right. Where are you going at? What are you doing? Is it all online? Or are you daring to go to a bar and take your mask off and talk to somebody? You stopping somebody in the mall, and then you gotta what they look like under the mask. It's a lot of things right now that are tough.
I know the question I get, when people was out there spicing in the grocery store, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's
your
for
mask
dinner?
and your mask is 6 feet. Please back up.
I need my space.
Oh, okay. That's
right.
what it is.
Be checking my card out, talking about what's for dinner. That's the pickup line. That's what I be like in the rest of the store. I'm like, is that the pickup line these days? Like, you're not coming to my house.
See, that's the thing. Like, how are you coming, right? Because, and even if you do now come to dinner, how does that work? Do you gotta come with a mask on, or are we doing dinner by Zoom? Like, all this is going to inhibit you getting some, right? So you might want to be that freak nasty, but I think the way things are today may prohibit you from being as freaky as you want to be. Okay. So,
but some people have met for coffee.
Some people have met and had sex.
Those are called braids. Okay, because right now braid and crazy, yes, because we always have a.
So you calling it brazy? You making up a new word, brazy?
I like that.
Because,
I like
that. Because think about it. You always have that third person that might jump up and spoil the date maybe 5-6 days later, right? So it's very tough to meet someone and then really be comfortable, because the whole time I'm thinking, where's she been at before she got here? Who's she around?
Right.
He's so free
you
and
feel
open.
Me?
The last time talking about, I don't usually do this, but
I'm saying, but it's different. Like it's like, hey, who else you out here raw dogging with no mask talking to? You out here maskless. Like these things are these
double maskless.
You understand?
That's the new meaning of raw dogging. No mask.
Right.
You just raw dogging these dudes, huh? You ain't raw dogging dudes. Like they just talking to them. Like, so it makes it very difficult. Like I said, in your mind, you may feel like you want to, get out there and test the waters, but then it's like, do I want to get sick? you know, how sick do I want to get? How far do I want to take this? So it's tough, you know, and that kind of almost puts you in a position where now we have to take time. I got to know you for about a good 21 days where you got to sit in your house. I got to sit in my house. We can't go out. 21 days is on and pop, and you understand? I wait the 21 days, we're going to get this cracking. But if you go out anytime in that 21 days, it resets. So.
Well, 21 days, that makes it difficult to kind of be freak nasty, because if you wait in 21 days, every person.
Yeah. That means
your
hormone rate is going to change by the time that 21 days happen. Your whole hormone cycle.
You better be on Zoom like, hey, you see these? In 21 days. In 21 days, these is yours.
I can't work with him.
Like, I got that in my Google Calendar, girl. I'm waiting. On the 21st, I'll be on the way.
Not on the Google Calendar, though.
I got a reminder set for a day before.
But there are some brave folks out there who are still like doing it
like we not in a pandemic.
Ain't nothing happening. I'm safe. I'm a believe that the person I'm with is safe, and I'm just going to do me.
I mean, how long that lasts? I mean, it might last, but then you might get the whammy.
Right.
You know,
but you might not. It's also on the other side is that you might not.
Listen, hey, everything good until it happens.
And it might be a chandelier thrown up against the wall, hanging upside down type moment, and you like, okay, I need that fix again.
Yeah, true. That might be the last chandelier you throw. you threw a chandelier right to the ER. Like, get him oxygen. So it's tough. Like, and I think, you know, even like for me in the back of my head, that's kind of something that is kind of real, you know. Because for me, I don't want to bring something home down and give it to my daughter, or you know, that's so it's not just me that I have to worry about. You know, is getting this peach worth me getting my daughter sick? You know, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna split these peaches because my daughter is more important.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hold on.
Is that how you working that into the conversation?
Yeah,
right.
Listen, you gotta slow down on splitting peaches. I got a little daughter to worry about.
But in reality, do you always, in your instantaneous moment, think about all of the risk and all of the people who is going to happen when that itch is so strong and the situation is like right in front of you, like up on a platter?
So I don't know. I think today, since we're inundated with this, right? It's different, right? If Rona wasn't around, it's different, right? I mean. I'm like, she be all right, my daughter, all right? She good? Hey, let me get these peaches.
I'm gonna be good too.
Let me get these peaches, you know?
Right.
So,
but there's some people still out there acting like Rona is not real.
It is. And again, I can't really. I don't really see that mindset is so outside of mine. I can't see just being reckless, right? You know, like, I mean, I don't know. It's a little different. You know, I stay home. I don't at work. I stay home. I could go to the office. I ain't going to the office. I ain't going to see people. I'm trying to stay home because I don't know enough about this to really judge what I want to do. You know, and then, you know, I think it's so many after effects as well for me. Like, you know, I work out. I have fitness training class and things of that nature. Like that would really derail a lot of things if I really got sick and went down, right? Because I don't have, it's not like someone else can do it for me.
Right.
And then my clients are
basically
record
some videos now just in case you got to do autoplay.
I might have to do that. Like, if you're watching this video, it got me.
Don't say that.
But
yeah, we're not going to speak it into existence. But in this 2021 lifestyle,
right,
you can pre-record stuff and still be able to sustain what you want to sustain.
Yeah, 21 days of it. I don't know if I can do 21. All right. So, but no. I think about
you could.
Like that. I think about things like that just because I'm like, oh man, you know, it's a lot that I have for me to go out there and put my ding-a-ling on the crap board it's a lot that I have to worry about. I can't. Dang, crapped out. Then it's a lot that I'm gonna lose. I gotta. If I have a bad. And again, it's like if I have a bad conversation right now, it's not even. I don't gotta get into the room. Just us talking could be enough. We could be talking. I'm like, oh damn. I knew I shouldn't have came over here.
Yeah.
I think I would.
Your friend was nice and strong, and she started coughing. You like,
Yeah, you almost had me.
Never mind.
Like, with that sniffle, did you sniffle? So I think it's just tough out here right now. Cause I want to do more, I want to be out more, but then it's like, like I said, first, where can I go? What can I do? What's open?
Where you at? You got things open
to like 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to
open later than that because I was able to make a reservation and then they canceled it.
Listen, and then I'm like, well, how much of a pizza? How much of a pizza?
I was trying to come to Bahama Breeze. Like I was like at a point where I just needed to get out the house, and I'm like, I want to go to Bahama Breeze, and they was booked.
What time were they open till?
They were open till midnight. The one in Cherry Hill. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody did say they lifted some of the restrictions from 10 to a little later, but I wasn't sure. But then, restaurants are petri dishes for it. You know what I mean? They said most people who had it had actually attended or ate out in a restaurant.
Well, I had asked them to clean the whole situation before I sat down.
Yeah,
I could see it, not trusting that they had did it. I wanted to see it.
Unless they clean the whole building every time, everybody, because it's still airborne. Like people sitting there talking, laughing. Oh, now I got it because you laughed at a joke. Like, come on, it's tough. It's tough. So that's what I mean. That's what it's more just getting to the point to really seeing a person to be able to be that freak nasty. I mean, them phone conversations probably hot and heavy at this point. It's been 6 months of talking, so y'all. Them phone conversations is steamy.
Talking and zooming.
Yeah.
But I did have I did talk to someone that said. They met at the coffee shop.
Okay.
Then they did a couple phone calls. Okay. They did a couple Zoom calls. And then she called and said, what you doing? He said, I'm watching whatever on CNN. She said, do you want to watch CNN over here?
Oh, she put it out there.
He called his Uber and he made it happen.
No, she made it happen. She didn't put it out.
She did make it happen because she had a whole ambiance set up that was like, when you, as soon as you walk in, you about to get these what you call them, peaches?
Cookies. She had the peach cobbler hot
platter. Right. But they still went through that sequence of the coffee shop and vibing and stuff like that. I don't know how long, but he was happy.
I bet he was. How you feel?
He said he felt happy.
No, how you feel now? How you feel now?
Oh, I don't know.
he got the sniffles or anything.
And I'm 55, so like I'm 55 and I'm still rocking it out. Like that was a major milestone. I'm like, okay. Gotcha.
No, I mean, like you said, at a certain point, you do have to kind of go out there,
But are you gonna do it on the scale of freak nasty?
Oh, if you think about it, right now, if you go out, I think you got to go freak nasty because you've been you waited for this. You've been earned this. You better cut loose. Get ready. Everything in the house, get on the ceilings and everything. Because I mean, you waited for it. You might as well. You probably done talked about everything. You guys know everything. You ready? Just come in and, like I said, when he came in, she said she already knew what it was. Like we didn't talk about this.
So what if we weren't in an environment of COVID? Just remove COVID from the equation, period.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's kind of hard. I'm looking at these same walls.
Yeah. Well, think about without COVID, I think it's like, let's get out here and get it. I mean, I think the biggest restrictor right now would be the Rona, right? But without that,
say Rona, a C virus, we don't want to be cut
off. So STDs and STIs don't count. Like that's not a factor anymore.
Hey, how many?
bitch.
My question is, how many have you had in your lifetime?
That's your question?
Yes. How many have you had?
Okay, how many have you had? And are you asking me
Yes.
personally?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'm none.
So, like I
Are you
said,
really? Did you just ask me that? And
so
that's a
what I'm
good
saying,
question. But
what I'm saying,
we'll
well,
get to that in another. But
I
go ahead.
ask that
I'm
question
sorry.
when I'm talking to a woman. I ask how many times, like, hey, you want to talk
And
about it?
when do you ask that question? Because I've been asked that because I'm straight up pulling out applications, and that is the requirement. That is part of my questionnaire.
I mean,
Hey,
I asked the
shut up,
question.
Mary.
Listen, I asked the question, and I expect to get lied to, but I asked it.
Thank
I
you.
But
know
you
Exactly.
you're
can
gonna
tell
lie
from how
about
they
it.
Disclosure.
respond. Can't you tell from how they respond
He
if they
said he
lying or not?
expected like two.
Right.
I know you're gonna lie about it. I asked, like,
But
hey, you know,
I think that is the general thought process.
Right.
You're expecting that they've had something in their lifetime,
Right.
so it's not a big deal. Did you get treated for it? Oh, okay.
yeah.
No.
I mean,
I don't want about the treatment. I want to know what it is because sometimes you can still get treatment and still have it.
well, I mean, it's
So
only really two things you gotta worry about. I mean, the herpes, you carry that around like
herpes
luggage
and
forever,
HIV,
and HIV,
And
right?
HIV,
So,
yeah.
I mean, most times she look good
and
enough.
there's more.
Well, I
Shit.
mean, like what HPV and stuff like that. That's kiddies play. We ain't worry about that.
Really? Okay. I wasn't. Oh Lord.
Hey, listen, like
As
the
a
great
host.
listen to me. Like the great Tracy Morgan said, if you're not worth dying for it, it ain't no good.
Oh. You keep listening
That's too
to Tracy,
extreme.
okay?
Right. Yeah, seriously.
That's too extreme.
Time out. Anytime you do it, you put yourself at risk. I don't care what you have on. Condoms can break, fluid can come. So every time you do it, you're putting yourself at risk. You
God,
can
he
lie to
gotta be the
yourself.
health inspector. Why
You
you
can
gotta
lie.
be the health inspector?
Yeah, or that. But even then, depending on what they do at any time could come back to you. So you can act like somebody, but at any time, anything can happen. So every time you do it, you're putting your life on the line. If we're being honest, right?
You know,
Unless you're,
Or you're putting yourself at risk of creating another life unless you're in a certain
you know what I'm
stage
saying?
of
You know what I
life.
mean? Because I
right.
learned
That don't mean
plus
nothing. Look at Janet Jackson.
what?
Well,
Janet
when I
ain't
say
got that damn
stage,
baby.
I'm
So.
saying that
We don't know what happened with Janet Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, when
She
I
had a
say
baby at
stage,
50.
though,
We
I'm
don't know what she
thinking,
had. We heard
but
she had a baby.
she might not have gone into menopause. Not everybody going to menopause at 50.
She got a billion $1 trillion. We don't know what she kind of trickery she done pulled. We don't know what that was.
Well, we haven't seen the baby yet.
Yeah, you know why? Because you can't.
She had a
Whoever.
baby. Did she
Yeah,
really?
she had a
She
baby.
really had a baby. Had to cancel her tour and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
her surrogate was having issues.
Thank
That's why.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
she had no
Daryl.
damn baby. Come on, let's be
Thank
honest
you.
about the situation.
Right.
Everybody, she's 90
So,
years old.
so
She
is
had a
it
baby.
really? And really, in talking about dating and your measurement being, are you going to be freak nasty or are you going to practice celibacy after a long-term relationship? Does it really depend on what you may contract, or does it depend on where you are, how you trying to heal or escape from whatever your relationship was from?
I
I
think
think
what it boils down to.
I agree.
That's what it boils down to.
I think it depends on the person, right? Because what's the saying? The best way to get over someone is to get under someone for a woman. Like she
Okay.
might just
That ain't the truth.
That's what guys say.
no. We say it all. Whatever we can do to get it. You're right.
Right.
But I'm
But
saying
I've heard just as many women after a long-term relationship say that I need to sleep with a whole bunch of people. I mean, they may not say it that way, but
Right.
that's the idea.
Right.
I want to see all that I've been missing, especially if she has single girlfriends.
Right.
I
Which
want
is
to
the
see.
reason why they say when you get married, you can't have or shouldn't have single girlfriends because they ain't nothing but trouble to the marriage, which is so not true. But
No, not true at all.
I think it's more the single men are a problem to your marriage.
Right.
but actually not. You've seen the post on social media that said the single men don't jump in your DM. It's the married men that jump in your DM.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about if you're married I think that even single men may also. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's jumping. If you
I thought
bad,
you said you were
if
saying that
if you a
if you're
bad John, you
married,
gonna jump.
yeah, you're
A
saying
bad
that if
John's gonna
you're
get
married
jumped at
single.
regardless. Sorry.
Mm.
What you saying, Doc?
And I was trying to figure out what Daryl was saying. Were you saying that if you're married, single men pose a threat to your relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like that's how the work husband. That's how he get involved because she telling you, you know, I can't stand Todd. He ain't never there with me. You know, he ain't touched me in weeks. Oh, he didn't. Why didn't he touch you? Come on over here, guys. Let's go to lunch. Let's go to lunch. That damn Todd. I can't believe Todd. You at work.
And then Todd get mad because you bring your husband to the holiday dinner.
Right?
Yes. Well, he shouldn't, but you know, they don't know how to play the position.
People forget
No, they just
role.
give the side eye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you giving us the side
Meet
eye.
me at the bar.
Yeah.
Meet me at the bar.
But I do believe just as many women do this as men, but there is a double standard.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the double standards are crazy.
Double standards are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So women tend to do it on the sneak. They creep. You know, keep it discreet. I like that little rhyme, right?
and I think that's because of the stigma attached to it. A man be like, yo, I had this girl last night, I had this girl this morning, I had this other girl yesterday. But if a woman says that, people start looking at her like, oh, go on, yes, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's changed somewhat. I hear a lot of women, you know, talking about their exploits. You feel me? I like I said, I heard women like, oh yeah, I took him down. Huh? What'd you do? You took me down? Okay, that's what happened. You know what I mean? That's what they say, right?
But I think it's a matter of women owning their body and feeling like they have ownership in their body, autonomy, that they know what's sexually what they want, and they know how they want to be served. And if their previous partner or current partner is not able to deliver, that craving is still going to be there, especially if that partner is not willing to role play.
Of course, but the thing is, like April said, if you need to be fulfilled somewhere else, you can't tell nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Because
these women are telling.
Now they are. I mean,
yeah, I
don't think
I want to say it's generational.
That's what I was going to say. It's definitely generational, and I don't think the average woman is talking about her exploits.
Listen, I'm gonna let you know they are. Okay?
They just telling you that, Daryl, so that they can press you.
This is what I'm telling you. They're coming at and
they're coming at you. They're coming at you.
At all ages, they are being very.
They just
forward.
want you to know. They just want you to know.
Yes, the game today is like, listen, I got money, I got my own house. I don't need nothing from you but for you to come through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
a lie.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, well,
of course you can tell
address?
That. Of course
what's
you
your
can tell that. Of course you can tell that to the person that you getting ready to get with. Yeah.
Right.
And you might be able
to get you down.
Right. You might be able to tell your girlfriends if you got some close girlfriends that you could trust.
With the sexual freedom, these women are talking today. This is free. They're free. I'm telling you. Because for me, it's kind of even coming from the old school where it kind of was like they really now they look, Megan, Cardi, they are letting this is what it is. Right?
I think it was before Megan and Cardi though too.
No, I'm saying, but that's the type of idea. Their mindset is like that. Like, we cool what we do. We ain't ashamed of it. Like, for what? You know,
and I think that when you come go ahead.
So
go ahead. All right.
Go ahead, Daryl.
I wasn't saying anything. I'm sorry.
Oh. So what kind of women are, I mean, I lost my train of thought just that damn quick.
So I want to say that women evolve from when they enter into the 40s, their sexual appetite changes, and then it changes again at 45, then it changes again at 50. And their partner does the complete opposite if it's been a long-term partner. So if they end up breaking away from that relationship for whatever reason, because now the kids are in college or married or whatever, like they want some freak nasty in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the man's mindset is a little different.
So, and we're talking more from a woman's point of view. What about from a man's point of view who has just come out of a marriage, you know, and
we always freak nasty. We men. Thank you.
Y'all don't have no celibacy. Y'all don't need no break.
Yeah, exactly. There's no period of celibacy.
I don't even like celery. Who likes celery? I like celery.
You're so passionate about it.
Jeez. You got the three yeses, yes, and yes. You don't even like celery.
I ain't got nothing meat for you. We ain't got no celery over. We ain't got no celery over here. We only got meat for you.
But you know, and I like Meg and Cardi. You know, they're the strongest voices right now. But we know Kim.
They don't represent us though.
Yeah, Lil Kim.
Not us.
Who's us?
Foxy Brown was
my
doing
generation.
It back then. You know, this ain't the first time this has come around.
No, you had always had women who wanted to show their sexuality and were cool with it, right?
Okay.
And it made women want to secretly sing the songs because they were too afraid. But now I think it's more. It's coming out differently where women are like, "Oh, be cool."
I didn't secretly play the songs. I would blast them in my car as I'm driving. You would hear Lil Kim pumping from my car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or singing along with Biggie and being like,
That's right. Before there was Cardi and Megan, there was Biggie and Lil Kim and Foxy Brown. That's right.
Yes.
I mean, and there's other songs that really was not.
My Neck, My Back, girl.
My
neck and my back.
My ice cream brings all the boys to the yard. That's right. More than yours.
Yeah, so we had women sprinkled in there who would say, listen, we are sexual beings too, and there's nothing wrong with it. Let's stop this double standard, acting like we don't have these feelings, right? And I'm like, I'm all for it. Women empowerment, be sexual. Let's go.
I was like, what kind of ice cream is that?
And even still, though, if you look at their social media, if you scroll,
she didn't need ice cream. I'm still coming to the yard.
Got the people that'll you know, disparage them or call them names for how they present themselves. They don't care, which is a good thing.
Right. I mean, it's a confidence thing because apparently some women don't have confidence strongly when it comes to being sexual beings, or they're constantly doubting themselves because all the years before they realize that they are a sexual being, like other stuff just came and interrupted that permission to be. But now that they have permission from whatever developmental in their life or music or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, listen to me and hear me roar.
Or they were shamed somewhere along the way.
Body shaming in the thought process.
Yeah,
the church said you can't do this. They would hide it.
Yeah, they would hide it and not bring it out until they found someone they were comfortable enough to bring it out.
Some women have been shamed by partners. Like the question that where you learn that from.
Right.
Like why you doing it like that?
Right.
Did I do it right? I don't know. Did I do it right?
Why you so experienced?
That's when she should get dressed and leave. So I ain't here to teach. Obviously, they're not ready.
You right, Doc.
If you ever have to ask that question, just leave. Oh, talk about April, how they be? What'd you say, April?
No, this is like we didn't do this. We didn't do this.
Doc, she's like, yeah, you right, Doc. They be when I tell them, I mean, not me. I didn't say
Daryl,
that.
go ahead. Go ahead.
April said she be putting it on them. She put it on them.
Yeah. Go ahead, Daryl.
April said my name ring bells.
Next.
Like next.
And I
You
think
said somebody right now watching this getting chilled, April.
I didn't say a word. Did you say that?
April.
I think it's always
now
been
getting chilled,
somewhat
April?
easier though to shame women as opposed to men because of what it's supposed to look like.
Or what you wanted to still be in that fantasy life.
Yeah, what our roles are supposed to be according to society.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's been a lot
Women
easier
believe
to
it and allow it to shame them.
Yeah.
But
if everybody's saying it,
it must be true.
Right.
But I want to say that, you know, we're on a spectrum of the freak nasty, but I want to also commend or say that it's okay to be celibate as well, you know, to save yourself, to preserve yourself, to respect yourself.
Boring. you can't respect yourself if you're being freak nasty. Is that what we're saying here?
Well, you said boring as I was going to follow up with not saying that being freak nasty is disrespectful, you know, but it's on the other look at that face. On the other,
go ahead, I'm listening.
On the other end, it's not, I mean, it's just as respectful / disrespect. No, not disrespectful. I think it's respectful to save yourself, or
it can be disrespectful too.
How is it disrespectful? So
to practice celibacy?
Yes.
That's a restriction of life.
About you. Yes, that's about you. You ain't thinking about me.
Wait. And
didn't I tell you exactly? See, I don't like celery. Mine.
What is yours? You property
I want
now?
some of it though.
It is mine.
You enslaved.
So if I don't want to open it up, if I don't want to open up the store to anyone, you know, I don't have to open it up to everyby or anybody.
You don't. You
absolutely right.
Can I barbecue on Saturday?
Do not.
As long as if you're not doing it as a punishment, because some people use it as a punishment for themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, it becomes a punishment
to themselves.
To themselves, yeah, it becomes a punishment.
Look, he done made himself all worked up.
If you enjoy something, why deprive yourself of it? What are you? What's the mindset of that?
So it could be a form of cleansing.
Okay.
And coming out of a long-term relationship, and depending on what type of relationship it is, you know, like it could be an abusive one. You're in a restoral phase.
Yes.
So it could be, you know, I'm cleansing myself, both body, mind, and, you know, emotionally or whatever. So that is a part of a process.
That's a healthy way of that is a healthy way of doing that. And that's a healthy thought process behind it.
Right.
But it takes maturity to get to that point.
Exactly.
Everybody not mature when it comes to their sexual being. Like, have you heard that song "Wild Cookie" by Jill Scott?
No.
What? That's a song I should have had y'all listen to.
Daryl, why you disappeared?
It was too hot in the kitchen. We can't even hear you.
Okay.
We still can't hear you.
Give us access to your voice. Okay. So I'm sorry, Mary. What did you say? Jill Scott.
Oh, Wild Cookie song. Like her. It's one of her like intro situations or whatever. But it's basically indicating like how the cookie has a mind of its own. And it kind of takes over your whole mindset, and it ends up like whatever it's craving is going out in the street to find it, whether it's a good decision or bad decision. But of course, she's lyrically like all over the place and makes it so beautiful and eloquent. But when you listen to the content, you like, Did she just say that her cookie took her out the living room from reading a book, and now she in the middle of 2 cars getting it in? Like, okay, Jill.
Oh wow.
But there's truth to that.
There is truth to
There's
that.
truth
Because
to that.
when a woman makes her mind up, she made her mind up that somebody is about to take care of this situation.
That's right. And that's why they say, you know, a woman knows within whatever time period of meeting a guy or being with a guy that they're going to get the cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get the cookie when I get the phone number.
Whatever.
When I said hi,
No, you hope.
well,
Thank
listen,
you.
no, listen. I know I'm gonna get it. All right. I said hi for a reason. Game on. I didn't say hi.
But that's
Listen,
that competitive
Because
nature
Daryl
of a man.
telling them he don't have no celery at his house.
yeah, I ain't got no celery. Listen, ain't nothing but meat over here. We ain't no vegetarians over here. All meat eater. You won't get it. I didn't say hi. You know, we ain't driving no miles for smiles. You understand? If we coming over, it's for a reason.
But sometimes you ain't even gotta come over because some people meet in the Wawa parking lot and make it happen.
Listen,
Ooh.
wherever I'm all for whatever.
You all for
okay?
it? I'm sorry, Doc, but it is a true story.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Why
There's
not?
no discretion
parking
in
lot is a
Wawa
parking lot.
whatsoever.
A parking lot is a parking lot. And Wawa's open
Boring.
24 hours. I go in the
Okay.
bathroom real quick
April,
and wash
listen.
myself off and go home to my husband.
Listen,
What, Daryl? What you got to say?
wherever and whenever, it just makes it much better. I'm telling you, just let yourself go.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, that's Janet Jackson's song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
listen,
We're going through all the songs tonight.
listen,
Jill Scott, Janet.
just listen,
Jill
just
will have you right.
just let it
Janet will
happen.
have you right.
Yeah, you're right.
Just let it happen, April. Just let it happen.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Daryl.
Yeah, it's good.
I will keep that wise advice.
Listen,
I think to embrace our
Nice.
whole sexual being of self, we do have to have an open mind.
Mhm.
Like as long as you restrict your mind, like you restrict the joy of a relationship for sure.
Right.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta move out that celibacy. Ain't nobody trying to punish nobody.
That's not punishment.
cruel and youthful.
It can be a cleansing. Okay, let me go with you on that part of your sentence. It can be a cleansing. It can be a restoring, and it could have a season that is supposed to happen, but not forever.
Absolutely.
Like,
Hey, listen, whenever you get done.
No, what nobody said it was forever.
it made it.
No.
You made it seem like it was locked down, clank, clank. Like,
Yeah.
like.
Well, call me when you get done with your celery.
It is for a time period. What you said, Daryl?
Call me when you get done your celery. we ain't got nothing in common while you have celery on the plate.
Celery.
Oh my God!
Look,
Looking at everybody that
Daryl, are you saying if you meet a woman that you're very attracted to, she give you the digits, and that first conversation says, "Look, I'm celibate for now, but we could talk and get to know each other."
Cool, because as long as my other girl give it to me, I'm good.
Oh Lord!
Exactly.
What happened to this spiritual quest that you're on? Also,
we're talking
that's
about
a personal thing. He's talking on the show.
Yeah, I'm talking about in general.
That's a green room conversation. That ain't the
what I'm saying is that if I'm in that moment, I'm out there hunting, and I come up to a vegetable, right? And I'm like, it's a vegetable.
So are you walking away? Walking away?
If it's a bad vegetable,
hey Neil,
you know what I mean? What's up, Ruth? If it's a bad vegetable, I'm gonna keep the vegetable around as long as I got meat in the freezer.
Woo!
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then once that vegetable turns,
because I was posting Ruth and giving her a shout out. What you done said about what's in the freezer or not?
Like I said, if I meet a vegetable, right, that's cool. Vegetables is cool. I'll talk to you. But I got meat in the freezer that I'm tending my meat on a regular basis.
So you multitasking, so it don't matter.
Multitask.
Because if you, like I said, you're not going to put me in timeout.
You got a stir fry and a steak in the oven.
You know what I mean? Because you ain't going to put me in timeout because you want to do some celery. I'm good with the celery. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm be seasoning my meat over here. Like, but I'm saying, what do you?
I mean, celery comes with a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of ranch dressing.
Oh, listen, I don't play them little games. I don't want the appetizer. I want the whole thing.
Why not? That helps build up what you need.
That's right.
No, they don't help build up what I need. Maybe somebody else. I don't want the appetizer.
My bad,
That's cool. Because appetizers lead to the main course. So you ain't gonna get me all appetizered up and be like, I'm not trying to get
so
the
no
celery
condiment.
out.
So no condiment.
No condom either. We going raw. We ain't using no condom either.
You like your steaks raw?
Hey, I'm like ODB. Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
It's gonna be raw.
I like it raw.
Oh my God.
Told you. It ain't worth doing if you ain't worth dying for. It ain't worth doing. So we go all the way.
You're a fool.
So you gotta put your life on the line every time.
Listen, ain't nothing between me and my love. We ain't having nothing between us. Not even no plastic.
Oh my gosh, I need a meme.
Oh gosh. Now you gotta strap that situation up.
I want to feel you. I just want to feel you.
Oh, okay.
I'm
How about
allergic
you
to
feel
latex.
me with this toy that's gonna feel like me?
I'm
that's
allergic.
what's happening after the 21 days.
I'm allergic to latex. Yes.
It ain't latex. I made sure it's not latex.
Okay.
And it's gonna be lubed up for you so I could just help you out.
It's gonna be raw labias.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Raw labia.
I gotta go fill my cup.
Conversation's about to get better.
Oh man. Doc, what was you about to say?
I don't even know.
I know, right? Fooling around with Daryl.
I don't even know.
So it's the extreme. What's in between freak nasty and celibacy, and is it an age difference in regards to how someone is recognized at that point?
You know, I think it's so tough, really, to be honest, because once you get out there, it depends who you meet, right? You might want to be a freak, but if you meet somebody who's maybe not there, somebody who's, you know, like you said, kind of says some things to you to make you feel like I can't really be that way, you know, that can slow a lot of things down, right? So I think it really depends on that combination, like who you meet. Because they're not freak nasty and you out there trying to do some acrobats, they might look at you like, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? You know,
they might not call you back no more. They might ghost you.
No, yeah, exactly. Because they might I think one dude said in the room with the I think we asked if on the first date if sex was cool or not, and he was like, "Well, if I got sex on the first date, you know, I would look at her differently."
I saw that.
Yeah, so that confuses me because you got sex on the first date too,
right?
But you know what I mean? Like, so do
you
not
follow through? You could have said no.
Yeah, so
and that's what we're talking about, those double standards.
Absolutely, men put this stigma on women. Like, I can't believe she did that. You did it. Fool, what are you talking about?
Like, it takes two to tango.
Yes, and that's the problem. So women have to deal with that because the dude might be like, "Oh, she wilding, she too out there," because she was being free.
But did you like it?
Maybe.
Yeah, you liked it, but you're not gonna call her again because the things that's running through your mind is, "Oh, she out there doing this with everybody." And we all know that's not a thought that's handled well by men.
Right. He's talking to the little queen.
Yes.
He got to be politically correct while he talked to the little queen.
But
put us on mute.
But it's true. Like what he was saying, you both did it. So why is something wrong with her, but nothing's wrong with you?
Right. Like, why is that? Where did that double standard even come from? Like, historically.
Remember, because we want women to not seem like sexual beings, right? So we have to try to.
But you want her to be lubricated when you put your car in there.
But you want to be the only person to put a car in there. So you want to stifle them. You want to make them feel like they can't be that way. They can't feel that way, but we can. Right. You know, we could do the same thing.
My brain is not free enough to give you that whole freak nasty experience.
But again, most guys, you know, they get that they finish every time, so they're getting their they're achieving their goal every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You ain't
I don't
never
care how
lied.
freaky
We
you
need to
are.
put that up on the post.
Yeah, I don't care what. So once we, we're done. We won. Our dopamine was released. We got to the end of the game. You guys are still sitting there feeling unsatisfied. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big difference in the approach and how they're trying to keep women not to be sexual beings, right? Because you don't want a woman. You know how we are, like men. We know how we are, right? We don't want women thinking like us, even though they do already, right? We don't. It's silly to think that we're that different, but we don't want women out there kind of acting on their wants and needs, and taking away the for us to be hunters when women like she said, hey, come through. We don't want that. And it actually feels weird sometimes when a woman says that to people, when men, if a woman is real forward. It's like, ooh.
But just because she said come through, she didn't have to have a platter all set up when he got there. She could have just said come through and we really chilling on the couch, just chilling, and there's nothing happening.
Again, I don't know. In a man's mind, if a woman says come through, that means she wants it, right? I'm just saying how we're thinking. Even if she doesn't, you're like, oh, she's telling me to come over? Oh, it's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really be
so then you mad if it don't.
Oh, I came all the way over here. She want to
like the Allentown to Delaware. That was they was mad.
Yeah, hot on fire. I drove all these miles for some smiles and TV. I'm good. Never again. Never again.
But there is some history. I don't know where it comes from, but it reminds me of an episode of All in the Family. You know how old that show is?
Yes.
In the episode, Edith was talking to Gloria. I think she was talking to Gloria about sex and how she secretly enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
She can't tell Archie that, or something. It was something to that effect. And I'm like, yeah, this is how women have been thought about forever.
Yeah. Right.
Sex is the man's thing.
Yeah.
And we just supposed to allow them to come do their business.
And that's what it is, right?
Really,
a woman is an object to get you to erupt, right? That's really at the end of the day what it is. And if you're not taught any differently, that's all you think of it. Like I said, it becomes really, like I said, once your success rate is like 100% as a man. Like you're really finishing every time for the most part, right? So you get used to that. That becomes a conditioning. You're conditioned to finish.
Like in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Goodness, gosh.
No, well, again, so
it normally is.
But damn, that's terrible. But so it's weird. It's weird because see now the jury is out. Like some women I talk to are like, if a dude goes a long time, it's a problem because they feel like it's them, right? They feel like they can't make him get climax. So they want him to finish fast. Like, oh, I made him finish. I don't know if she's triggering herself. Like, I made him finish him fast. My stuff's that good. Huh?
How old is she?
I run the gambit. You know what I mean?
All right. I just wanted, I was going to put it in context, but go ahead.
Yeah. Because, I mean, again, if you, a lot of times the women that are young and dumb grow up to be young and dumb, old and dumb because they don't know any different, right? They got the same ideology. Right. They ain't no different. I mean, a lot of older women that are aggressive development, they still thinking like they 16, like they on. Like you did not learn a damn thing. You weren't paying attention. So you just like you were always dumb. I see. Like some people, just because your mental age does not always match your chronological age, and I see that a lot. Like a lot of these people are still stifled and have the mindset of like, damn, girl, you didn't learn. That's not true yet. Like, so I mean, we that's why it's just weird. It's just weird. So I don't know the time limit or how it works. There's different ways of thinking. I don't
know. Interesting.
Yes. It's very interesting.
But there has to be so much more in the middle. So many different ways that you can come out of a long-term relationship and deal with your sexuality. Some people experiment for a little bit and then decide that they want to be celibate. Some people might be celibate and then say, "Oh, enough of that."
Right.
I think it's what you meet when you come out too, right? Because
I agree with that, Daryl. I think that if you meet somebody that's making you say, "Oh yeah," all right, it's on and popping. Then
Yeah. Well, what I mean is that dude make you say, "Oh yeah," then he ghosts you. Now, the next time out, you
Now
might be
you
a little
back
bit
in the
more
same
apprehensive.
situation.
yes.
Yeah. Now you're now you talking about the celery now. Like, you know what? I need to wait. I might need to get
You
the
do know
celery
that
out.
it's celibacy, right?
I'm gonna get the celery. Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, if you just joining,
I'm gonna
celery
dip.
is the new word for celibacy.
So,
You
so
don't even know damn
yeah.
celery.
So I think the interactions you have will also dictate where you go, right? So if you get out a couple times and you have a terrible experience, I think you're gonna shut the operation down, right? I think
Right,
that's gonna
right,
make you like regress crazy. But if you have a
right.
couple good experiences that allow you to kind of experience, I think you'll continue to be able to flourish and be out there and let the freak flag fly. You know,
Yes.
but it really it really depends on what those first couple of interactions you have and how they go, right? Because they're going to make or break you at that point. You know, either you're gonna be gun shy or you're gonna be like gun ho. Like, oh, okay, this is where you're gonna be.
I
You
was
know?
not ready. I was not ready.
You and me both. You and me
You know what I
both.
mean?
Gun shy
You know,
or gung ho.
Or
you
gung
know
ho.
which one you gonna be?
And you're right. I think it definitely goes both ways, because if you're celibate and you go on a couple of dates and tell people that and get a negative reaction, it might make you reevaluate how you
Absolutely.
continue.
And if you could really handle continuing to go out and date in the absence of having an outcome that's going to have contact of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
But
tough. I mean,
celibacy,
what's his name?
the celibacy means total. I like that's obviously refraining from intercourse.
What's it mean
But
to you? What's it mean to you? What's it mean to you? That's what we want to know.
I feel like I'm under
Are you
a
about to
death
say
barrel.
celibacy still using toys?
Well, I mean, for a person that's in that stage or celibacy to me means okay, I'm refraining from sex, but it doesn't mean like the extra activities might not occur.
So
But
are we saying
Are you not
other
still
holes are
busting
open?
off?
so let me
Holes
just
is
say
open.
celibacy could be without sex, but with exceptions. And with exceptions.
What holes are open? That's all I need to know.
You know what?
You're ignorant. You're ignorant. You're ignorant.
Hey, we grown. We gonna have a grown conversation. I don't like this beating around the bush. Like this is, but I need to know what I can do. All right. Before we leave the dinner table, I need to know what is on the table, right?
What's
You're
on the
getting
dessert
celery.
table?
You're getting celery, Daryl.
Oh, damn. Well, listen, you're getting ghosted. Okay.
Celery, no peanut butter, no toppings, no nothing.
Delete.
Wow.
So I mean, we just need to know. Like you're like, well, what is no this, but some of this. Like I don't know what can I put the head in. What are we talking about here?
No, because when y'all say I'm gonna just put the tip in and that's it, that's a lie.
Exactly. And it's
That's
gonna
a
be
lie.
out of her. We ain't gonna let you just take the tip.
Right.
We know. See, that's it. Put the tip in his old psychological where we both can win.
Exactly.
She's like, all right, I'll let you do it, and then you do it, and the whole thing's in. I don't know how it happened.
Right.
Now we're doing it. We both can be like, we don't know
And
how
now
it
we
happened.
going to town.
It's plausible diamond. We both were like, I don't know how it happened. We weren't supposed to. I know. See you tomorrow. Let's do it again.
Daryl, you're ignorant.
I'm not. Listen, I just need to know what I can do, right? I just need to know. You talking about, well, we're not doing intercourse, but we can do other things. What are other things? Because we're talking about holding hands. Holding hands ain't gonna work.
You the type that be like, you know what? You can't come over. You can't come over.
Absolutely.
Nope.
I don't want to. I don't want to. What's over there? We over there playing board games? I'm bored. No games. I'm going to my steakhouse.
If you're trying to do a long-term, sustaining relationship, the board game can tell you a lot.
Exactly.
If you're trying to do a long-term, sustaining relationship, the board game can tell you a lot.
Exactly.
If you're trying to do a long-term, sustaining relationship, the board game can tell you a lot. It can tell you how they make decisions. It can tell you how they think through stuff. It can tell you how patient or impatient they are, how explosive they are. Like it can tell you so much, especially depending on what game it is. Or it really don't even matter. It could be Jenga, it could be spades. It could be Uno with the house rules, or it could be Monopoly. Like
I want to do jing-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, that's the game we talking about.
Right.
Got time
but
to
in
play
the
no board
foreplay
games.
of learning this person, these board games could really be telling. Like back in the day, that's what we went with. We went with telling the games, and you was able to tell a person's character and the things that they approve and disapprove by the way that they decided to do that draw 4 or that draw 2, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm gonna draw my car keys and wallet if I see a board game. Okay, come leaving. Oh, that's Monopoly? I'll get up.
Oh man.
Oh, gosh. Hey Net, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Yeah, I saw her in the laughing at us. Yeah, but that would be like after the coffee date, let's have a board game date. If you're gonna do this in stages, you can learn a lot. Just clever. Like I don't know if y'all saw that.
That's clever.
Did Daryl send that? Somebody sent that video where the guy proposed to the girl, and as she was getting ready to say yes, she just like totally spazzes out and like just has like a whole. It looked like a psychotic break, but like she just really spazzes out and like go start screaming and all this type of stuff. He was like, okay, let me get up off my knee and pack this ring up and what's going on with you?
Wow. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was one of the Valentine's Day type videos circulating.
Okay.
Daryl, did you post that video where the guy proposed to the girl and then the girl spazzed out and like was like totally spazzed out, like she was like running around and screaming and he got up off his knee? Oh, okay.
I missed that one.
It was wild. It was wild. So what else we need to cover?
I don't know. We're talking about board games, talking about nonsense. We still in April did not tell us what was on the menu.
What?
Which opening?
What is the official definition of celibacy?
Yes.
What is that? Somebody pull it up. Somebody pull it up. I don't have my phone.
And that's kind of like where I was getting at. Celibacy. And someone asked, I don't know if it was you or Daryl or Mary that was asking me what celibacy means to me.
Not that somebody text me talking about I better sing the milkshake song from when I sang. I just picked up my phone and saw it. Talking about I better sing the milkshake song.
Because you got the milkshakes over there. Huh? Okay, celibacy, the state of abstaining from marriage and sexual relations.
Okay.
Hold on.
So that is kind of vague. It's kind of vague and leaves room for people to interpret it the way they want.
Yes.
As long as there's no
Right. Exactly. That.
Okay.
And
so
that's what
it says.
But that's still arbitrary because people look at foreplay and oral situations.
So it said celibacy generally means abstaining from sexual, usually penetrative sex.
Okay.
So it takes me to we all watch probably Girlfriends, right? And remember when Lynn was dating a guy, I forget his name, but he was celibate. He was being celibate. He was in his celibacy stage, and she was trying to convince him to do other things. Not necessarily intercourse, but to do other things, the intimacy part, the sexual, what is it type of intimacy, but just the touching and the feeling and so forth.
Sucking.
Well, to Lynn, they probably incorporated that.
I just need to know where we're going with it. Is it sucking, licking? Everything but penetration.
Celibacy is dependent on the person. What their definition is. the dictionary definition is just what, like who just read it?
Yes.
There's no
the other guy on the phone.
The other guy. No intercourse, you know, but it still leaves room for the other physical
contraptions.
Yes.
I mean, it's only so much kissing and hugging you can do. Okay. I'm walking around with
you can masturbate.
I don't. That's boring too. Who wants to do that?
It's not always boring.
It's always boring.
And remember,
it's boring to me.
Remember when
you gotta use contraptions. It won't be so boring.
Remember when you were not having intercourse as a teenager or maybe in your 20s, and you were kissing and grinding.
Weren't we not?
People used to. I mean, why do people stop those things? Because they start having intercourse, right? Mm-hmm. Which is why oftentimes it is recommended, you know, in couples when they're having some sexual issues to go to, you know, doing the pleasurable things that you weren't doing, because most of the time you just jumping right into intercourse. What happened to all the other stuff that you used to do?
So is considered foreplay? What he said?
He said celery killed it.
He's traumatized by celery.
Yes.
Listen, that ain't nothing worse than when you think you about to get something. You're like, well, you know, I really ain't. I'm trying to practice. I found God today. Why didn't you find him when I left? Like, come on. Like, that is so terrible. You went all the way over there now.
She would have been convicted if she waited until after you left and after you done dicked her down.
Yeah, she should have waited. Listen, whatever you do after I leave is your business.
Meanwhile, you going to the other steak in the freezer.
Yeah, I'm still hungry.
But April, like you said, a lot of most of that stuff could be part of foreplay, but they can be part of a sexual experience where you don't complete it with intercourse.
Right.
Shut up, Bear.
I have a question.
Who signs up for that? You know, that's probably a fetish where you want to get all the way up till you stop. That's a problem right there. That's in the DSM-5. I know that's a problem. Like, he just want to get me worked up to, and then we don't complete. Like, what? Ain't knowing who signed up for that.
So I have a question though. I know someone who only allows for oral sex to be performed on her, but she doesn't do anything else, and she considers herself a virgin.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot of that, especially at Cherry Hill. Like, girls go up the back door and still consider themselves a virgin because they never gave up the vagina. Yeah, they never gave up the vagina.
Yeah.
The JJ.
Yeah. That's not uncommon.
No, that's normal.
Not uncommon at all.
Every girl up in every
at
hole.
40 somebody years old, almost 50.
Well, we need to find out what happened. Okay, there's some trauma there. So
I agree with Daryl on that one.
Yeah, there's something that happened that led that wiring to be, you know, that way. It's almost selfish in itself, right?
Oh my gosh, with the selfishness.
But is it selfish if they have a value or belief that it should only happen in marriage, and they've held on to that value and belief all of these years? Like, is it selfish?
Yes, it's selfish because don't do anything. If you're going to get gratification off of something and saying that I'll do it to the point that I get gratified, but we're not going to do anything else, that's selfish.
I have to agree with Daryl on that.
That's selfish.
Right.
Don't do anything. If you were saying I'm not going to do anything, I got you. You're like, well, I'll let you do this to me. No, that's selfish, and somebody's a fool for doing it.
Okay. I think the people who do it probably think that I'm gonna end up changing her mind through the process of.
Yeah, they might, but see, they got tricked. She won. See, women, hey, every time people got wins, she wins, and it must be winning a lot because she keeps doing it. That like I think that's selfish. You know, that's like say even reverse. Like, come over and do me, and I ain't gonna like. All right, I'm good. Go
68
home. Like,
and I owe you one.
Yeah, like what happened after that? She okay, now I'm rotten. She's like, well, okay, I'm done. You know, I'm celibate. I don't really want to do anything else.
That's the look you're giving her.
I would be so confused. Is this the Twilight Zone? Where the cameras at? I'm being pranked, right? I'm being pranked.
That's when you say, you want me to throw you up against the wall?
Oh, yeah, right? That would be crazy, you know? That's crazy. And that to me is very, very, very selfish. It's very, because she's getting pleasure and she's not, you know,
reciprocating.
That's, whoo.
Go away, little boy.
Yeah, right. Yo, she a boss. She winning.
She winning.
Yeah, she is.
She winning and praying. Winning and praying.
She over there getting the Holy Ghost.
Winning and praying.
Thank you.
Yes, we agree with that on this one.
This one time,
This one time. We got highlighted this one time.
He gets no more.
No worries. The jury is always out with what it is that he gonna share. And you never know what angle he gonna come from.
That's what she said.
OMG.
I go that laugh. Oh goodness.
Oh boy, so April, so what's on the table? You didn't say what was on the table.
What's on the table?
Even that said, just this one time.
That's right, just one.
I tell you, if I wasn't so confident, I would be hurt messing with y'all.
You know you can handle it.
Celibacy. What's on the table?
What's on the table?
Yeah. What's allowed?
Well, now it seems like it's individually defined.
Yeah.
And that the only thing that's not allowed is intercourse.
Well, they said but if those things are kind of leading to sex, you should not do them either. So if kissing is really getting you worked up, hey, stop kissing. Because there's no point for people to leave all hot and bothered and blue balled up. Nah, I don't want to go home blue balled up. That's why I got meat across town. Okay, blue balls hurt. Let me tell you, it hurts. Shit, not good, not fun. I don't want that.
You strolling into the Wawa parking lot?
I'm gonna have to meet me close because it hurts. I can't make it. I can't make it all the way there.
I don't know. Someone told me that men could die from that.
He wanted it bad. He wanted it bad that night, huh? He was trying to pull it out. Like, damn, baby, I could die. Woo! I knew 3 people.
I was like, whoa, that's sad.
Is that what you said? That's sad. So it's time to go back across, pay your toll, and get out.
Exactly.
I don't know. I never heard nobody die.
I saw that on a TV show.
Right?
I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I know it does. It does hurt. It can hurt a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think my ex would say that.
I was watching that TV show, the cartoon, explicit television show called Big Mouth. It's a cartoon, but it's very sexually explicit, and it's about adolescents coming into their sexual maturity, and they have these hormone monsters, and they're very explicit. And in one of the episodes, one of the girls was dating a little older boy, and he was telling her about his blue balls and how they might explode.
They probably feel like
it's not going to happen.
Oh, it does. It does. It's a terrible feeling.
Exactly. Right.
Terrible feeling.
We would have a lot of dead men if that was true.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. They'd be dropping all over the place. We got another one. Man died. She said no. He said yes. She said no. He didn't make it. Story at 11. It was all over the place. No, it just hurts a lot. You know, it feels terrible. Yeah. All is right. So keep your celery to yourself. If there's gonna be vegetable, if the vegetables on the menu, let me know before I come over. Okay? Because I ain't trying to come over and then be hurt.
What menu are we talking about?
It's difficult to explain when you go to your next joint why you're already all balled up crying because you get blue balls. Like, you can't how you explain that you got there already, you know? So yeah, you just not do that. Let's just be nice.
That's because you're doing too much.
That's because that's because she was doing too much and hit the gas, hit the brake. Popped it in the middle. Can't do that. Don't pull the
Can't do
emergency
that.
brake.
That's
So
That's me.
the menu list is dot 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 dot. Choose from the menu list.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah, I need to know. I need the menu before I come over. I need to order online before I get there. So it's ready.
Oh shit!
That's celery. Yeah, I ain't going that. I ain't going there. I'm good. Ain't gonna work. I'm good on that.
What they say, if you don't like what's on the menu, go to another kitchen.
That's why we have so many kitchens.
That's all right.
That's the excuse. That's a pump. I was about to curse.
Is it really?
That's a pump excuse.
Is it really?
That's why y'all got so many kitchens?
I mean, because at a certain point, how many times you over here, you become a vegetarian because all this celery being given out?
So we need to go back to the intimacy blockers with that type of comment.
Right.
Because the reason why the kitchen is shut down and ain't no cooking happening.
And everybody's kitchen ain't clean. So go ahead.
They got their Brazilians.
Everybody's kitchen ain't serving the same kind of menu. So go ahead.
Here we go. Well, if your kitchen closed anyway, doesn't matter. I don't want to hear about like this kitchen is good, but you ain't giving it.
She only got celery going on.
Yeah, it ain't open for business. You keep telling me about this kitchen.
It don't matter if it's clean if it ain't open.
That was a nice one.
I keep hearing about this kitchen. I ain't never got to see it.
So what are some of the we talked a little bit about some of them, but what are some other influences that could make a person go freak nasty or celibate?
Well, I think how you come out of that relationship as well, right? If you were really deep down in that relationship and they really took all your esteem and pride, that I think it's still, you can't just get out there and be a freak at that point, because you have to build up your confidence if somebody really stole that from you, right?
Yes. A good point.
And not necessarily someone stealing it from you, but if you've been in a long-term relationship, remember it's like, having the same meal all the time and then you're getting something different. So you want to make sure that your confidence is where it needs to be so that you can go out there and try something different.
Well, I guess I'm talking about in a relationship where the man or the woman, whoever it was really like, you're no good, and this is terrible, and you don't know what you're doing, and yada 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 yada, or you've been with them since you were in high school, and I had taught you everything, and whatever the case may be. That could really be intimidating. Now going out, not knowing what to expect out there, not knowing how to give yourself to somebody else, right? That definitely could be kind of tough. And even if someone touching you, you could still be withdrawn in that moment because you're afraid, right? So that's tough. That's right, Ned. Talk to him.
Ned, do not agree with him too much. He has a max too. That's it. No more. We're gonna have to shut it down.
Shut that down.
Shut it down. His hat will come off in his head. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's tough. I mean, because really what's dictating is how you left that relationship and how you feel, right? And then I think, and we're conditioned, being with somebody for a long time, I mean, even a couple of years, allowing somebody to touch you could be strange too.
Yeah.
Right? You're still connected to the other person, even if it didn't go well, however it ended, you're still kind of connected. And if that's the only touch you've had for years, I think it would be really strange for another person to touch you.
Yeah.
It could be strange, or it could be like,
How was it for you?
Which look?
April, can you be talking from like a position of like you coming from a point of view, like you? I want to know.
She a whole point of view.
What?
I said you are a whole point of view.
I am. Well, coming out of a divorce, yes. And
Look, you even scared net. They like, what's happening? Is he coming out his clothes? Like, wait a minute. What kind of show is this?
So and my point of view, coming out of a divorce, I say that for me, it happened in stages. So when first coming out of divorce, it was just an awkward feeling. It's just like, I don't know you, and all of this other stuff. It really was an unfamiliar place. Then we still live.
Yes.
We are still live. Yes, in the middle of your sentence. Yes, we are still live.
Aren't we
in the green room? We're in the green room.
Yeah, aren't we due
Right?
to go
So see everything in the green room, right?
Let me just say this. There were stages for me.
Okay.
So for stages, the first stage, I would say that it was that unfamiliar stage. No, I don't know you, blah, 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 and then it was like, okay, you have to get out of the mode that, there is no more him, and you have to move on. And moving on means you have to open up to differences. So, and it might be better, and sometimes it wasn't, So, but that's why I say you move from the spectrum of being. You could go from celibate to freaky to celibate again. And that goes to your point of it really varies depending on who your new partner is or who your new relationship is with. It varies, so you do go through stages, and that if there was a closing point that I would leave, that would be my closing point, is that, you would just have to adjust. So,
I can agree to that. I think people.
You can't see the screen.
No, I can't. I have to put on my glasses. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I think I agree, because I know, like, when you meet women who've come out of long relationships, it's funny. Like I said, some of them are more open, some of them are closed. Some, it's the whole gambit of how they respond to you. Contingent upon how fresh it was, or how long it's been, or if they got to the point where they're ready kind of to be open, to open up and let you in as far as getting close to them.
Exactly.
Sometimes that being with somebody so long, you still feel the old relationship is still there.
Yeah.
So it's tough. And it's tough. It's tough trying to go ahead.
But I want to say that, for me, for as much as it has been challenging, there's been some fun too, because you got shut up. Because you get to learn or relearn yourself, and so
that means y'all was having practice and rehearse moments.
Mary.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Listen, let her.
I'll go back.
I'll
go back to playing with my hair. I apologize.
April, this is the most she ever talked. Let her talk.
No, I apologize.
In the green room.
Go ahead, April. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah, it's really tough when you, like I said, and I think sometimes it's tough for a man to kind of navigate that, because sometimes, like, do I want to put up with this, dealing with the old stuff, or dealing with her to come out of her shell? Do I want to deal with this? I like, it's not that it's a bad thing. Like, I get it. You was in this relationship for 5-6 years, and then it's over now, and you're trying to find your way. But I'm kind of found my way. I don't know if I want to sit around and try to nurture this and go through this, with this person at this point. It's not that it's bad. It's just that maybe you just don't want to do that, right? You don't want to wait for her to.
And I say that is the difference that is a distinct difference between men and women, because we are more emotional creatures than you are. You guys are in for the moment, so meaning you
$50 net. Sorry.
What?
What's your cash app?
Put that back up, Mary. I didn't see it. How do you get it? Okay. Yeah. She's been back there before.
No, she hasn't. You would think she would have, as much as she go back and forth with Daryl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I just think that it's different for men than it is for women. The transitions. What's cash? What's your cash?
I think it's but it's not.
I was going to say that. I think it's different, but it's not, depending on how the woman was socialized.
Okay.
But even the man, like when he gets back out there, he still got to figure it out as well, right? We still have the same apprehension, and even taking it to the next level, especially if you're used to one thing, right? Now you got to worry about, can I please this? What do I have to do to her? What is she like? How can I?
Right.
You have to go, all the stuff that you kind of got used to doing with the other person. Those insecurities now come back out. Now,
right?
Am I big enough? Am I going to last long enough? That's in our minds. That's what we're thinking about, right? Because we know that finishing fast, or not being big enough, or or being somewhere where you're good and you switch it up and you then are not making her fully satisfied. These are things we deal with each and every time, right?
So not being big enough is a concern for you?
If it's always a concern, because I don't know who she was with. I don't know if there was a donkey in her life, right? Okay? So you never know what you're following, right? Because listen,
is true.
So because I feel pretty confident, but it's been times they've like
that's for the green room.
Yeah, she had a whole bottle, and I'm like, I ain't got that. I can't. So
April, what happened? We got called now.
She fell out her chair.
Get up, April. Get up.
Oh my gosh.
So
you can't bring that bottle back to the Friday night sip and chat.
Listen, so it's always a concern because you don't know what she's used to, right? She could have had a horse before you, and it's like,
ew.
I'm not really a horse. Like, I'm
just
not. Yeah. So like I said, these are always concerns that most men have.
Or it could be some trauma.
If you care. Some men don't. I mean, some people don't care, right? They don't care.
Right.
They go to get theirs and whatever the case may be. But I know most guys have that care a little bit. You want to have these concerns about your performance and all this the first couple of times, right? Because you don't want to be the guy that's talked about, like, he came in 30 seconds, I ain't even feeling in me. Like, you don't want to be that guy. You just don't want to be him.
What if you know you that guy and you tell the person, okay, well, the first time it's gonna be like 3 seconds because I get real excited, but then the next time I'll be all right. What's that?
I don't know.
That ain't horses, monkeys, and celery.
Now, see, that's a question
from animals to vegetables.
Yeah, I think that's a question more for a woman, because I don't know. Like, I don't know any guy that's really going around talking about, I'm blasting off in 30 seconds. I ain't never heard a dude say that, right? Every guy usually a champion. He's doing this. He's knocking their backs out. They can't walk when they leave the house. That's usually the stories you get told. Like, men are not telling each other the truth about what's really going on, especially if they're not.
That they rocking a celery.
Yeah, unless they're inadequate.
They are the celery piece.
Yeah. Because the man, men are pride. They're not going to tell about your inadequacies for the most part, right? You're really not. And if you are, you're not going to go in detail. Like I said, you're not going to be like, yo, I got a problem. I come in like 30 seconds. I can't help it. Like, we ain't having that conversation, right? Because I'm going to laugh at you. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? I'm not the person for you for this. I'm not the support you need.
Daryl, I can see it.
Yeah,
Daryl, you
I'm
should be
like,
telling them that they need to come to your workout class to build their stamina and get
I
their
don't.
blood flow going so
Their
that they
blood
could
flow
turn
He
going
from a
not
is
gonna
weak
do
celery
already.
that.
into a
He gonna
horse.
laugh at him.
They blood,
He gonna
Exactly.
laugh
they
at him.
blood, they
Exactly.
blood flow going too fast already. They need to slow their blood flow down. That's the problem. A rocket man over there. So I don't know what to say to that. I know I'm going to laugh at that, but I know women will, depending on how the woman feels out a person, she will accept that. I remember a guy in college, real pretty. He was a pretty boy, and not only was he fast, he had a little jaw, but girls accepted it because he was so pretty. He was so handsome, right? So when
But the
I
word on
remember
the campus that he had a little John.
little and fast, and I remember
Oh.
when one girl actually told him about herself, like, "Yo, you did it," and he was like, "You lying? I had sex with all these girls on campus. Anybody never said nothing to me." So he really believed he was cool at what he was doing because nobody said anything. The girls kind of were cool with what he was doing, so he felt like he was cool for what he. So when one girl told him, he was like, she was wrong because no one said anything. You know what I mean? So I think that I do think women need to be more honest, independent of really if you really like me, tell me the truth. Don't tell me I'm not going to back out making all this noise if I'm really not. Because now if I leave you and I go to somebody else, I'm thinking I'm the man and I might not be, right? Just tell the dude the truth so maybe he can get the help he needs. Like you said.
And then that makes me think of another thought that's probably a different conversation, but somebody who's been married to their husband over 10 years. And they do those secret rooms in Philly and other places. Her gratification doesn't come from him. She's never came from him. She's only come from a female.
Interesting.
But he doesn't know that.
Wow.
And would be crushed if he was to ever learn that.
So what was the relationship built on then?
If they're in these rooms and stuff, though, he's not seeing her with women?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he must know. Well, at least he's doing something to get her.
But she's
satisfied.
acting it out as if he's knocking her down, but it's just the act.
Well, again, I think that's okay. Oh well, I guess it's okay. I don't know.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
I don't know. Well, listen.
That's not okay.
Well, why? I think if that's the only problem they have in a relationship, race is pretty good. And the one thing is that I really get off on women, and we're going together to these rooms already. We're already going to these things, and we're doing it, and I'm still getting gratified. Not like I'm doing something behind your back. I'm not sneaking. I'm just getting my needs met.
Being dishonest, though.
Well, I think there's a level of dishonesty in every relationship. You don't tell everybody everything, right? You know what I mean? You don't tell her like, hey, you picked up a little extra weight, you're looking kind of crazy. Like there's certain things you don't, like that's not gonna be a good conversation. So you don't really go out and say these things. So there's a level of
that's different than us talking about our sex life. That's different.
But again, you already are doing something together, right? So it's not like she's going by herself. It's not like she's hiding it. We're going together.
Can't she tell him this is what I like? This is what the girls do. Why don't you try that?
Because she might like it because it's on a girl. It may not nothing he can do about it.
It's the same situation that he would be doing, strap or mouth, but
she likes it from the girl. So right, and so it's something about the girl that turns her on, right? There's nothing he can do about that, right? Now, if that's the only thing in a relationship that's the issue, and it's getting met. Because maybe secretly he already knows that it's a problem, is why he's allowing it to happen, right? She may not, he may see the joy she's getting in that moment, and he's like, I don't get that. Right? So I don't. If he's a little bit intuitive, he can see that. Whoa, she's going crazy right now when Shirley is doing it to her, but you don't do that for me.
Why so Shirley though?
Why can't we talk about that?
Why would we have to? See, again, some conversations don't need to be had,
because
right?
What if we can't find a Shirley, or what if we're in a situation where some people get into that they like a career situation where now I'm at a point where I can't take them kind of risks. Then what?
Then maybe you talk about it then, but right now you're doing fine, right? Why take this man and now if he didn't know? His ego that may not be that you don't need to take that really could lead to a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah, because she don't feel safe if she was to tell him. She think the whole card would change. That he would totally like snap out.
right? Because I'd be like, now, I'd be like, whoa, we can't. Oh, you doing for her, and it's not me, and it's not. I don't give you the gratification. That changes everything, right? So I think you're changing something that there's no point to change at this point. That because not detrimental to the relationship that she's doing. It's because you guys are going together. If she
But
starts
you
sneaking
can't
going
say
by
the
herself,
relationship is good then, because people get me with those exceptions. The relationship is good except.
wait a minute. So
That's
relationships
a
are
big
good on
exception.
all. Relationships are good on all accords. No, there's going to be issues.
No. But
So
the things
just
that
because
are
she likes
not, the things that are not good, you don't hide them.
you hide them sometimes. Like I said, certain things you don't bring to the forefront. And again, they're doing it together. So what is she hiding? All she's hiding is that Shirley is making her bust
But she
crazy.
gotta go through this theatrical performance to make him think that he's doing the darn thing, and he like really is just helping
but
himself out.
there's everyday relationships where one partner's not really pleasing the other, right? And that's just part of that part of the relationship is just struggling. It's just they don't please them. Does that mean the whole relationship is bad at that point? That means is sex the only thing? No, you have bad sex with the person. You do it, you get over it, and you move on because everything else is great.
But who
right?
wants to live like that, Daryl?
Yeah,
I don't know how that. Wait, I'm confused because I don't know what relationship is perfect, right? I know every relationship has some issues, whether it might be finance, there's something in a relationship that you got to get over. There's something that you're dealing with in your relationship that, like, you know what? I love them. We're going to get past that. That's a relationship. It's going to be things. So, I mean, if it's sex, then okay. I mean, they say people have sex twice a week, once a week. Anyway, this is maybe why, because it's bad. Okay, they replace it with other things. Go to dinner and go to sleep. Guess what? Nobody's disappointed. Everybody's asleep. So I'm just saying that I think
coming from a man who won't take celery.
listen. I'm not taking celery, but again, I know I'm finishing every time. I don't know about you, so I'm gonna be happy.
That's a whole mess.
I'm good.
That's a whole mess. The kids start throwing the house around. So, getting back out there, you're gonna be freak nasty and celibacy. Like, I guess, what else can we add to this conversation, or are we in closing statements?
What else can we add to celery? Nothing. Celery is bad. No, I'm kidding. No. Again, it's really like I said, do or all relationships have struggled, but honestly, the best policy for the future of having. That's a lie. Stop lying. You guys are liars.
She's a long-term committed person. Why would she lie?
I don't care what I'm saying is that, listen, you can't tell everything because certain things can change things, right? Why bring up something that is not really a problem and make it a problem?
But if you're so fearful,
that's a nice segue to a different conversation.
Yes, and we can have that conversation, because if you're so fearful of losing your relationship by being yourself and being honest with your partner, that's a problem.
Okay, so now next time I say you're getting fat, right? Is that okay? Is it okay to be truthful? Hey,
no, you don't have to say you're getting fat. There are ways to say things.
Wait. No, it's the truth, right? Hey, I saw you. You shouldn't have that. You gonna eat again? I said that way. You gonna eat again? Oh, you don't never stop, do you? Can I say that?
You know what? You gonna get slapped.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get slapped. No, why?
Listen,
it shouldn't be
he's
said.
going. Then celibacy. You're gonna get celery. You're gonna get celery.
No, she needs celery, okay? Because she's getting. So all I'm saying is that
yes, Ruth. Yes.
We received that, Ruth.
Listen, there's honesty, but there's certain things that if like I said, if it's not causing problems and it's not that detrimental, just because she's getting off on the girl and not on you, then what are we talking about here? You're at a bathhouse already. You're already you're going extra. So what are we talking about? Obviously, there was something else needed from him because he's there too, right? Let's talk about it. So she's making these assumptions that I can't really tell him I get off on the girl. He ain't tell her he's getting off on whoever in there too, right? They're there for a reason, right? So I don't think there's nothing to talk about. What's going to happen? He's like, well, I didn't really like you anyway. I'm there for George, and then what?
George.
He's not there for George. It has to be a female because he's one of the men that's like really feeling extra confident about himself. It wouldn't be George.
Okay,
it would be Susan or somebody. It wouldn't be
Georgina. He needs Georgina, right? He needs that to get done, right? So then how's she gonna feel? How's she gonna feel when he's like, well, you know, when he says, you know, hey, you know, well, I'm there too because I need so and so. You know what I mean? So I think that they're there for a reason, because you don't go there just because, right? You're going there because there's a need that needs to be met that they're meeting, and they're meeting it. But they'll talk about, okay, obviously he's cool with you with the girl, right? He knows the girl is doing something with you. Like maybe he don't even care with the girl, but he's doing what he's doing over here.
No, he cares because the way their rules are set up, it's only supposed to be a group message. And another part of the issue is that he still has gone out with other women. Like he still has cheated outside of these circles that they have going on.
So she ain't enough for him anyway.
They not enough for each other, but they got children.
Well, what I'm saying, but she's saying like, oh, I'm high and I'm getting off on these girls. Obviously, you're not enough either, boo boo. That's why he's going out with everybody else, including the bathhouse. So listen. They got some conversations they need to have, and it's not even. It's more deeper than what we. It's not sex.
Absolutely,
it's not.
I gave it like piece by piece.
Get out of there. You got to give us all the information so we can make a informed decision on what it is.
I did give you all the information. I just was.
She done spoon-fed the information, got us all over the place.
Yeah. Like, well,
I was staging it. She said, "Not the community peenie."
Running around all over the neighborhood. Hey.
I know. What Meg said, you got yourself a pass around dude. He a hot potato.
Whoa. So she over there talking about she getting off on girls. He getting off on girls too. A whole bunch of them, it seemed like.
Listen.
So lots of conversations need to be had over there.
Absolutely, because that relationship ain't good. Like, it's a lot of problems in that relationship. That relationship ain't good to begin with.
It's sustaining.
Stop. I saw that. That is not cool.
What happened?
Tanya said she wasn't ready. Did you throw that bottle at the cat?
Yes.
No. It was a marker.
Yes, it did.
It was a marker. And I threw it at the wall. So
you probably gotta go catch us on the replay.
Did the mangler come into your house, Daryl?
The cat was going crazy, so I just threw it.
What was the cat doing?
It was trying to get in the food bag over here.
Oh.
It must be time to eat, so I was trying to get him away from the bag, and you guys saw it. So
I'm gonna have to send you this picture of a cat that's hungry, like they ain't just eat. I forgot about you.
They ain't got time for you.
They don't. They all in the bag. Like they got a home train. Get out the bag. Like they got.
Don't you know cats don't listen?
No, they don't.
Well, you know what they kind of do. I seen somebody have their cat. Like, you can train a cat somewhat, but I don't have the type of time.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even seen like a cat zoo where they had them doing tricks and stuff. It was amazing.
Okay, so
I train cats. I train cats too.
Celery cat.
That's why your cat's all muscular.
Celery.
No, you're talking about celery cats.
I'm talking about the cootie cat.
The ones with the Brazilian. You train the Brazilians.
Oh yes. All day.
All day training the Brazilian. Oh gosh.
Let's work out.
Tanya, you say you wasn't ready. Don't you see it saying no kid zone? You got to come in ready. Ready.
Grown over here. Grown
over here. All the way grown. So how do we wrap this up? Or are we wrapping it up? We got a couple continuation conversations.
To be honest, we need to wrap it up each and every time we're out there having a new interaction.
But you just said you want raw dog. You like raw steak.
Don't talk. We ain't talking about what I do. I'm talking about everyone should wrap it up in new situations. Okay. Once you know them for 3 days, then you can do whatever.
3 days.
3 days.
Damn.
That's not even enough time to get test results.
Exactly,
Doc.
Exactly.
No. Make sure everybody is wrapping it up, being safe. Okay, it's tough out there. Wear a mask and protection. 2 masks. Okay, that's how you need to be.
And I just want to say that no matter where you are on the spectrum, whether you're on the freak side or the celibacy side. Damn, I can't even talk. It's your body. Shut up.
Celibacy. Celibacy CC. What the hell, I'm kidding?
Okay. What else? Celery side. He got me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And every time you see celery, you're gonna think about celibacy.
Yes, yes. You know, no matter what spectrum, what end of the spectrum you're on, it's your body, it's your time frame, and you know, it's up to you. Mm-hmm. So that would be my closing argument. Forget what.
I agree.
I agree with you.
Absolutely.
Don't be ashamed of nothing you do.
Right.
Thank you.
Like stand in it, own it. Yeah, stand in it and own it. Like if it's where you are, it's where you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If that's something you want to do and you're comfortable, then do it.
You gotta share what you're drinking. What's in that green cup?
Martini.
You know, yeah.
But
definitely do.
On the serious side, though, you have to make sure that you're comfortable in whatever you do.
Absolutely.
You know, because you run the risk of feeling shame,
right?
Even without other people shaming you.
Stop for
you know, you run the risk of feeling shame.
Don't throw nothing else at that cat.
Based on, you know, what you might hear in the street, based on societal norms. So, you know, you really have to be comfortable with whatever side you fall down on. You should be comfortable in what you choose to do.
Absolutely. Be comfortable.
That's right.
Don't let anybody push you. You know, don't do anything outside. That's how you get in trouble. Allowing someone to kind of push you or goad you into something that you're really not ready for. Take your time, and when you're ready to do it, do it. And like I said, own it. You know, own your sexuality.
And realize that your season may not look like somebody else's season. Like,
yes.
What works for you may not be approvable or acceptable. Like, people are going to judge what is not for them. And you just gotta stand in whatever it is that's for you. If you take your risk, take your risk.
Right. Yeah. And just respect the fact that we are all in different places of our own processes.
Absolutely.
So
some more flexible than the other.
You know what?
Some can put their head back. Some can put their leg back here. Some can't. Stay in your lane because you don't want to pop your hip out. Like, it's the worst thing you do. When, my hip
That's right.
Out.
That's right. No, we can't do that. Nope. I got bad knees.
That reminds me of another song. What's this song?
Yeah.
Pop. There goes my head.
Oh Lord. That's. What's her name? Howard. What's her name?
Adina Howard.
Howard.
Yes.
She's a freak in the morning, freak in the evening. Inside me.
And if that's where you are,
Cookie, Janet Jackson.
And if that's where you are,
Biggie,
it's okay.
Yes. You know, I think people really, really need to understand, like, it's okay to be who you are, right? It's okay. You don't have to be ashamed of it. And if anybody's making you feel ashamed of something that you're comfortable with, then that's not the person for you. Let's be honest. It's not. Right. If anybody starts shaming you for how you are, who you are, you get that away from you. You don't need that around you.
Exactly.
You don't. You really don't.
Ooh, he said something sensible.
I know.
Was that, how many times was that for you, April? Was that your two?
What was?
I think that was
like your
2.5. 2.5. She's over the limit.
She's rolling her eyes. That's that martini.
And don't let martinis get you in trouble either. If you get drink a couple martinis, then you be doing things you shouldn't be doing.
You be hanging from the chandelier like how I get here.
Wake up back on her.
That's Mickey Howard right there. How did I get here?
That's right. See? Got my t-shirt and my panties.
Oh God! Okay.
I love the green.
On that note, I'm gonna need to close this. Thank you guys for joining us another week of Sip and Chat. It has been lovely laughing with you guys this Friday, especially as Doc and I have rocked it out with our H2. I'm H2O. She got H2 Rose. But April has the martini. So, keeping it jiggy.
Whatever.
Keeping it jiggy. So until next Friday, catch y'all on the flip side. Be safe and hang out in the group. All right.
Okay,
Take
good
care.
night,
Good
guys.
night.
Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Absolutely. Yes, Ruth, it's time to go. Hugs and
And then she got her
love.
t-shirt and panties on.
Listen.